Psalm 23 is one of the most well-known and cherished passages in the Bible. This beautiful poem offers a powerful image of God as a loving and protective shepherd who cares for his flock. With depth and richness of meaning, this psalm invites us to experience God's presence and care in our lives. In the first verse, the psalmist confidently declares, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." This statement sets the tone for the entire psalm, acknowledging God as the shepherd who provides and cares for his people. Just as a shepherd guides and protects their flock, God guides and protects those who follow him. The second verse continues this imagery, describing how the divine shepherd makes me lie down in green pastures and leads me beside still waters. These details remind us that God not only provides what we need, but also leads us to places of rest and restoration. He gives us the spiritual and emotional nourishment our souls crave. The third verse introduces a change in scenery, mentioning that the psalmist walks through the valley of the shadow of death. Here we see that life is not without difficulties and trials, but even in the darkest moments, God is present. The psalmist declares, "I will fear no evil, for you are with me." God's presence and support are the source of courage and strength for the believer. In the fourth verse, the psalmist expresses the feeling of being under God's protection and care, like a host preparing a table and anointing the head of his guest with oil. This imagery evokes a sense of abundance, safety, and honor in God's presence. Finally, in the fifth verse, the psalmist declares that God's goodness and mercy will follow him all the days of my life. This promise of God's faithfulness and constant love provides lasting hope and comfort. The psalm concludes with the affirmation that the psalmist will dwell in the house of the Lord forever, suggesting an eternal relationship and a secure dwelling in God's presence. In summary, Psalm 23 presents a powerful image of God as a loving and protective shepherd who cares for his people. Through this metaphor, the psalmist invites us to trust in God, rest in his care, find strength in his presence, and experience his goodness and mercy throughout our lives. This psalm continues to resonate in the hearts of believers as a source of comfort, hope, and worship.